Yo, what's up everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. So, I took two locals, 60 card, Danger, Springans, Superheavy Samurai, Traptrix, Therion. And I wanted to show you guys the deck profile. You may have seen the videos for the past 2 or 3 days of the matches that I played at locals with this deck. So, let's go ahead and get into the 60 card deck profile. I think I may improve this probably at least just one iteration and then take it to locals once again. But this is not a deck that I want to spend too much time on. It's not as fun as, like, Tempai Sky Striker. But anyway, I played the Danger engine. So 3 Bigfoot and 3 Danger Thunderbird. I didn't bother with Ogopogo, but essentially you want as many level 8 bodies as possible. This is like a level 8 body turbo deck. 3 Danger Nessie for consistency. 3 Mothman and 3 Chupacabra. So level 4 bodies can start your whole combo. With any 2 level 4 bodies, you can go essentially like the hugest combo ever. I should probably make a combo video for it. But essentially, you can make your Traptrix Pinguicula. You can detach to search out your Murmelio. Then you can link off into Sarah. You normal summon your Murmelio to search your trap. Then Sarah sets the Holotea. You already have a trap in your hand from the Murmelio, from the Murmelio search. So that gives you another level 4 body. And then Sarah summons another level 4 from deck. So off of that, you have 4 bodies that you can do crazy things with. And I'll get into the other cards later. But that's why you max out on the level 4 bodies.
CC, Pinguicula.
Pinguicula. CC. All right, so for the Springans engine, so I increased this from when I was testing this because, like, the Springans cards are, like, insane. So you definitely want to see some of them in your hand. I didn't go too heavy. So 2 Brothers, 2 Bronga. This is the one that searches. This is the one if it goes to graveyard, it Monster Reborns.
Why does Bronga look fake?
I mean, it's a real card.
It is a real card. I was saying, like, the word.
And then finally, the 1 Captain Sargus, because this is your interruption. This is the one that you bring on the field. Quick effect, during your opponent's turn, you can detach a XYZ material from one of your monsters, and you can destroy a face-up card on the field. Really broken.
That's cool.
The reason to even play any of this is because Gigantic Champion Sargus can search any Springans or Therion card, and the best card that I've read in almost any archetype is Tally-Ho Springans. This card's insane.
Tally-Ho to be going crazy.
So, when you activate it, you can detach up to 3 materials from XYZ monsters that you control, and on resolution, you search. That's the main effect. You search any Springans monster, and then for however many you detached, if it's 0, then you don't special summon any. But if you detached 3, then you can special summon 3 Springans monsters from your hand or graveyard. So it's basically soul charge. Really awesome. It gives you a ton of bodies. So yeah, and then its graveyard effect might come up too. You can detach an XYZ material from a monster on the field in order to add it to your hand. So you can just detach from your opponent's Ranga Miniad and then add it to your hand. Too bad, rest in peace, Rongo Bongo's banned. But, I mean, that could come up in engine out to your opponent's XYZ materials. Just take their material and then add it to your hand. Unfortunately, you can only use one of each of these effects per turn.
That's why it's a quick effect.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Quick play.
So next up, Superheavy Samurai engine. So this is another way to get 2 level 4 bodies on board. So Superheavy Samurai Motorbike searches your Wakaushi. Shout out to the Megatons 2024. Like,
Very
look
nice.
at these rarities. And then you have your 2 bricks, your Monk Big Benkai, and your Soul Gaia booster. So you essentially want to start off with this, and if it gets interrupted, then you have your other plays. But yeah, really awesome for getting you 2 level 4 bodies. And if you already drew the trap, you can actually Synchro Summon for Diabolantis the Menacing Mantis, and then you have an extra level 8 body on board instead of, and you have Pendulum Scales if you need to Pendulum Summon later. Next up is the Traptrix package. So from previous builds, I decreased the Traptrix package slightly. So Murmelio is still at 3 because this is the heart and soul of the deck. 1 Pudica now. You mainly, I was almost going to cut this completely, but you want to have access to it in order to have access to the special summon ability of it, which is to banish your opponent's monster. Dionea, which is part of the combo to set your trap so you have extra interruption. Then for spells, you have the Traptrix Garden, or Trap Trip Garden. This gives you an extra normal summon, and then you can banish to bring back, which gives you extra level 4 bodies. Now, we really cut down on the traps. 1 Holotea instead of 3, and only 2 other traps, Floodgate Trap Hole and Gravedigger's Trap Hole. this is really cool because it burns for 2,000. And then this just Book of Moons permanently.
You use like negating effects, right?
I just love negating effects.
The burn part?
The burn part? No, that's just an added bonus.
Yeah.
Next up, the Therion package. So you definitely want to see your Therion King Regulus. You play a lot of machines now, and you do also play a lot of plants. So this, like, the Therion engine is perfect for this deck. There's just so much synergy. So 3 Lily, 3 Regulus, and then the 2 1-ofs, you play Empress and Duke. I was playing, what's it called? Reaper, the water level 7 one that can bounce on your opponent's turn, but it just never came up, so I cut it.
I have not needed to read those cards because you play them so much.
For the Therion spells, I play 3 Therion Disc Coliseum, 3 of the Foolish Burial or Add Back from Grave. Unfortunately, both of these effects are once per turn each. Like, you can only use 1 per turn. But yeah, this card's really broken. And then finally, Therion Cross, the in-archetype monster negation. Or you could banish, but if this is in your graveyard, you get to negate and banish your opponent's monster.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And the field spell is crazy. Like, if your opponent doesn't read that, they're screwed.
Yeah, that battle.
Finally, the last 5 cards of the deck. So, if you want to go your Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis route, you can either dump Lily Borea to the graveyard or Goki Pole. This searches your Murmelia or Danger Mothman. Because it searches any level 4 insect. Next up, Cattycorn. So, your Aromatherapy Jasmine, if you don't have a field spell, you don't have to summon Lily Borea. You can summon Cattycorn, and this gives you your X level 4 body that you can overlay for your Merrymaker, and it searches any field spell in the game, and you play a couple, so either Traptrix Garden or your most likely Therion Disc Coliseum to get into your Therion engine. And then finally, there's just no reason not to play this beautiful card in a Traptrix deck, because you have a Link 1 that points downward. So really cool. It gives you your 2 level 4 bodies. You can go crazy. Very, very awesome. And we do have a generic extra deck monster. So if you do end up drawing into this off your dangers, you can link 2 into IP Masquerena and then summon this and go full combo from there, which I have done, which is awesome. All right, so that's the 60 cards in the main deck. Next up is the extra deck. So, 1 Synchro, we only have Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis. As you may have noticed from previous iterations, I did end up cutting the Punk package, so I'm no longer playing Cypher Lord Omega. This is only summonable off of basically the Super Heavy Samurai package, or if you like somehow take one of your opponent's tuners off a Zombie Vampire. But yeah, this card is not as impactful, because most of the time you do want to overlay for a rank 4 off the Super Heavy Samurai package. But when you go into this, you get to set your scales and pendulum summon if you'd like. Next up, Xyz. This is mainly an Xyz deck, mainly rank 8, by the way. But since you're playing so many, you get to play Utopic Future and Utopic Draco Future. I just love like this deck. Like, out of all of my decks, got the most buffs from the rarity or not rarity collection. The tins this year. So they're really funny. So yeah, this card is crazy, especially against Tempai. Put it in defense. If they don't have the Imperm, well, you're just negating their Imperm anyway. They can't kill you. Springans Merrymaker. This card is insane. I was using this before to change to a rank 4 into my Champion Sargus, but I realized that it has an on-summon effect dump. So originally I was just dumping Branga, which lets you banish itself and your Merrymaker to search a Tallyho. And then I was like, well, I don't want to just play the Sargus, search that and special it as an extra disruption. I want to be able to go crazy. So I made it part of the combo, and I extended that package, and I think I'm going to extend it even more, because like it's so funny and it's actually crazy. But this card's really great. I like it a lot.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Your other rank 4 is Pinguicula. Sometimes when you special summon that's off of Tallyho, you bring back the Merrymaker. If you can make the Pinguicula, you can go straight into your F-Zero and then your Utopic Future with these, but usually you're making this with 2 rank 8 bodies. But this is really good for starting off your combo. Like I mentioned earlier, 2 level 4 bodies, you search for Melio, link it off into Sarah, and then normal summon.
What does Pinguicula do? Is it
detach to search any Traptrix monster. It's unaffected by traps when it has a material, and then if a monster that is owned by your opponent goes to the graveyard or banishment by a card effect, you can activate the effect to attach that monster, and it's unaffected by the effects of monsters with the same attribute as material it has.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, it's got a few different effects. Like if you leave it on board, it could technically be a disruption depending on what strategy your opponent's playing. If they're playing a fusion strategy, they're going to activate their effects when they send to grave, like a tier limit card, or if they activate polymerization, the materials go to grave by a card effect, so you can attach them that way. So like various different things can make it so that you're disrupting your opponent's graveyard by attaching it directly to it. The rest is just rank 8s. So
there's the boy.
It's a really good disruption, and then you can actually search something in the side deck that I'll get to later. Gigantic Champion Sargus is the next up. You can hard make this, but usually you're making it with your Springans Merrymaker and just slapping it on top, and then searching Tally Ho. But if you don't have access to your Therion package, you can always access it that way and search like Regulus. If you dump the Liboria off of the Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis, you search Regulus, you attach the Lily, then you search the field spell, and then search Empress, and then you get another two level 8 bodies to make either Hope Harbinger for redirecting attacks or negating spells, or Zombie Vampire to try and extend further. You've got a ton of level 8 bodies that you can mill. You can even mill a Parallel Exceed, and its effect will trigger summoning another one as a level 4 body.
Was there someone who told you that?
Yes, the other day. Or was it you?
It was me.
No, that's what of course. But yeah, so since you can't make Utopic Future with number monsters, you can't use your Galaxy monsters, your 2 number monsters, as your material for it. So you're either making it with these 2, like I mentioned, or most of the time you're using Zombie Vampire and Gigantic Champion Sargus. But if Sargus sticks on the field, it's not that bad. It is itself a disruption. Yeah. So when you Tally Ho on your opponent's turn, you're detaching a material. Or if you like have Hope Harbinger and you detach to redirect an attack, or this, like any detachment material, during either player's turn, you can either bounce or destroy a card on the field. So broken.
Yeah, Sargus is good.
Yeah, Sargus is amazing.
I love Mantis, though. Mantis is very
nice. Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis is insane. So I ended up cutting Zeus. It just never came up. Like, if you're playing, you're winning, and you don't need to clear the board and, like, wait for yourself to draw another card. Like, you need to have your Therion engine set up. Like, it's just unnecessary in this type of strategy, which is kind of weird, because usually in this type of deck, I would play, like, 2 Zeus. If you look up my Danger Therion deck profile from a while back, I played 2 Zeus, and, like, my only link was the BLS link, so I've come a long way. Next up, the 1 Traptrix Seraph for the Lynx, the 1 IP Masquerena, and SP Little Knight. Shout out to Team Bad Cards. Shout out to the Megatins for the oh wait, no, never mind, this is Battle of Legends. But anyway, thank you.
Shout out to the Battle Tins.
Thank you so much for the Secret Rare Aromaseraphy Jasmine. And then last 2 cards, I wanted an out to so I was playing at locals and I was against a Cyber Dragon Cyber, what's the other Cyber deck?
Cybers.
No, it's like Cyber something, and then it's like dragons that equip themselves.
Oh, Cyberdarks.
Cyberdarks. It was Cyber Dragon, Cyberdark. He summoned this 5,000 unaffected monster, and I was like, I set up my full board. I couldn't out it, and I was like, scoop. So I decided to put 2 cards in my extra deck for that scenario. No, I ended up winning, but I scooped game 1 because he went full combo. Yeah. But anyway, so Borosword gets around that. And so does Underworld Goddess. So I put these in because I'm like, yo, I need an out to that stuff.
Well, this card's crazy.
Yeah, this card is insane.
This card's crazy ass.
No, Borosword's sick.
I love Borosword.
Me too. Like, he's great. No, dude, he's great. He can't be destroyed by battle, and then if you make him with IP, he can't be destroyed by card effects either, and he becomes like essentially a pseudo.
Can he get his effects negated? Can he be targeted?
He can get like impermed or whatever. But
can I droplet him and then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, you can droplet Dragoon, but that doesn't make Dragoon a bad card. Anyway, side deck cards
can't be targeted.
Side deck cards. So when you're approaching the end of banish procedures, you really want to see your combo cards. So there's this really cool card called Coach King Giant Trainer. It takes 3 level 8 bodies. So you make them, and then once per turn, you detach to draw a card. Yeah. If it so happens to be a monster, it does have a bonus effect to do 800 burn damage. But, like, that's not the main effect. You want to draw more combo pieces.
Yeah, Tally-Ho.
Yes, exactly. Like, really powerful cards. They can help you extend.
Maybe Danger.
And Yeah, a danger. That would be beautiful. That would be perfect. And then you can overlay it for your utopic future.
Yeah.
Because it's another level 8. Next up, Baguska. So, you don't really like Shifter, but you play a bunch of level 4s. So, if you're going up against a Shifter deck, take something out and then throw the Baguska in, because this can save your life. Next up is just main deck cards in the side deck. So, we got your Gamma Seals. It's level 8 body.
I like Gamma Seal.
I mean, he's cool. Easy to get over. Now, the search target for your Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord is Curry Photon. So, it's a hand trap. You pay 2,000 life points and discard it to prevent yourself from taking any more damage for the rest of the turn. This works against burn decks, but more importantly, it works against Tempai or other going second strategies that try to OTK you. It even works against the effect damage from Nightmare Pain. If they try to put a bunch of Yubel monsters and try to kill you that way,
Stab.
it'll protect you from that. So,
do you really need to play more than one?
yeah, because if I draw it, then I can use the other bonus effect of the number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord to attach it instead of searching it, which makes its detach effect a negate and destroy instead of just a negate.
Oh, hey,
yeah. So it serves dual purpose.
Yeah, you're fine.
Next up, so this seems weird. Why are you siding consistency cards? This would contrast with the Superheavy Samurai engine, and when you're going second, you're wanting to side in your other power spells, like Triple Tactics Talents, Harpy's Feather Duster, and Forbidden Droplet. So because of that, you need extra cards to put in that are good in place of that 8-card engine. And honestly, there's no other way to synchro, so you're easily siding out your Diablantis the Menacing Mantis, so there's really no need for Goki Pole either. So you're siding out 9 cards. So you need to have other stuff to put in. And I think that since we have so many level 8 monsters, especially going second, you're going to be putting your Gamma Seals in as well, which increases the count even further. It's really useful to have the trade-in to draw into your other disruptions and to get your danger monsters to the graveyard. So because this says discard, that will trigger your Bigfoot and your Thunderbird automatically. Bigfoot can pop a face-up card, and Thunderbird can pop a face-down card. Any of your level 8 Therion monsters will now be in the graveyard for you to target with some of the other ones in your hand to start your combos where you didn't need to draw a danger or need to make Zealantis. It's just a really good card for going second in this type of strategy from what I've analyzed. So, final card in the side deck. You can draw it, which is really cool, but there's really one, like, you have a bunch of different types. Like, it's really good in a danger deck, really good in a Therion deck, not too good in a Traptrix deck, but since you're using it as an engine, it's really good. Like, it's not going to affect you as much as it would if you were playing a pure Traptrix deck. But yeah, your end board is like one of every type of monster in the game, so it's really funny.
Not the end all be all.
Exactly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Keep your eye out for the combo video coming up soon. Subscribe.